Hello everyone, I am Devin Sweazy with Sotheby's Realty, and today we're going to talk about how property taxes are calculated in Collier County. I cannot think of a better place to live. I am obsessed with Marco Island, and I have built this channel to help you with all things related to making your move a successful one here to paradise. Can you believe that Marco Island has $15.8 billion in total taxable value of real estate property? That's an absolutely insane number. And in even better news, Marco Island is looking at its 7th or 8th year of millage rollbacks. That means slightly lower rates for most of our property owners. That's with the exception of Hideaway Beach owners who pay slightly more because they are in a special tax district, and that district is actually being increased this year. Your tax value on real estate is not determined by the tax collector, but rather by the property appraiser. The appraiser is going to weigh factors like fair market value, what a willing buyer would pay. This information is usually gathered by looking at what other similar properties have sold for. They consider the geographic area and how the property is used. Recently sold comparables is really the strongest driving factor when they determine this fair market value. They look at improvements, and when permits are pulled, this is a big trigger for added value. Whether it's a permit for a pool or remodeling your kitchen, you can count on it most likely increasing your market value, therefore increasing your taxes. Another factor that plays a role is supply and demand. If demand exceeds supply, then home prices, therefore property taxes, are likely to increase as well. So how are taxes calculated? The tax is calculated by multiplying the taxable value of the real estate by the millage rate. I know, what's a millage rate, right? Before I was in real estate, I hadn't the slightest idea what this was. Well, that's essentially what this entire video is about. The millage rate is translated as a rate per $1,000 of the taxable value. So we're going to be talking about taxes specifically related to Marco Island. So for our 23-24 fiscal year, the millage rate is respectively 1.3 per every $1,000 of real estate value. This is down from the prior year's rate of 1.48. Purchase price does not always equate to the assessed value, but given our current millage rate numbers, I guide my customers by saying they can expect property taxes to be around 1% of their purchase price. Essentially, a general average number to work with is $1 for every $1,000 worth of property assessed value. So let's circle back to Hideaway. Earlier in the video that I had mentioned this community is an exception, being that they have a special tax district. Hideaway is a private gated community here within Marco Island. This is our only gated community. They have 300 acres with single family homes, condos, and villas. They have their own private beach, which I suspect this is what leads to their different tax district. As their mill rate went up this year, they are expected to contribute $833 million in taxes. This is up from $708 million the previous year. When are tax bills sent out and when are they due? Collier County does offer discounts for early payment. For payments made in November, a taxpayer receives a 4% discount, which reduces by 1% each succeeding month until March, when the full tax is due at the end of the month. On April 1st, if your taxes are not yet paid, you officially become delinquent and you are imposed a 3% penalty. However, there are several property tax relief programs and exemptions in Collier County. For example, we have a homestead exemption that reduces the assessed value of your home, and this is only for qualified permanent full-time residents. Another great exemption for long-time property owners is the 3% Save Our Home cap. This limits the annual increase in value for those homestead properties. This is a tremendous savings that truly accumulates over time. There are also other exemptions available for seniors, veterans, and disabled individuals. This was a brief overview on property taxes in Marco Island. If you're looking to dig a little deeper, please reach out. I believe that education is power and who you work with matters. I'm Devin Sweazy with Sotheby's Realty. You can reach me at 239-919-7400.